Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishna Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. We saw how to eliminate the sense of doership, how to get rid of ego that starts lecturing without dispassion and discrimination. Viveka Vairagya. Without Viveka Vairagya, what does it matter? It becomes an obstruction on your path, feeding your ego. So Sri Ramakrishna says, what we do, eliminate, and we share with others with humility, love of beings, expanded awareness. I become one with all things. This we find in our life in a new way. Then with discrimination and dispassion, we develop ourselves spiritually to reach God. And second thing we saw in last class is how to enshrine God in our heart through great efforts, repeated prayers, surrender again and again, and then pray to enshrine himself. Slowly imbibe all good and great qualities, love of God, love of beings, purity to the core. I have become pure. Then the Lord comes and sits in my heart forever. My heart, in heart there are so many things. There are likes and dislikes, and desire for enjoyments, desire for possession. If not anything, I want to live comfortably, creating a comfortable zone here in this world. Something or the other holds me. So when I remove all these desires for enjoyment, enjoyments do come because I am human. Human is born with equal amount of sin and virtue, papa punya. So merit and demerit are equal. Sukha and dukkha is bound to come in equal degrees. Whatever effort you put, you cannot enjoy more than what you have earned. So according to your virtue, that is merit and demerit, papa and punya, you will be getting. You can't get anything more. That much you will get. If you say, I don't want dukkha, also dukkha comes. If you say, I don't want sukha, also sukha comes. You need not long for it. So your whole attention is given to go beyond. So don't keep the mind on enjoyments. Keep the mind on divine. Let the sukha and dukkha come and go according to my past karma. That Kulashekara Alvar in the Mukundamala, he says, whatever is to happen according to my past karma, let it happen, sukha or dukkha. But let me have pure devotion at your feet. Yadyad bhavyam bhavatu bhagavan purva karmanurupam etat prarthyam mama bahumatam janma janmantarepi. Lives of lives. I want that pure love at your feet. Whatever sukha comes, dukkha comes, doesn't matter. I am ready to face. But let my mind dwell at your feet. Let me be filled with divine love. This is again and again repeated prayer. Surrender. When the heart is purified, you will see the full presence glowing of God there. He was there. My desires and my ambitions in the world was covering it. My hopes in this world. This is passing event. We have come here to live for a few years. We have to go. Life is but 2 days, Sri Ramakrishna again and repeat. Don't hold on to anything here. hold on to the eternal, live happily here. If you hold on to the eternal, if you hold on to God, your life will move smoothly, joyfully. It is a joyful life. Living in this world is a joyful journey to the eternal. You have to transcend the nature and go beyond into life eternal. And if you hold on to here, you can neither strive for the higher nor live here happily. So when you realize that this world is just a passing show, I have higher concerns, then you'll see that you are passing through smoothly, and then the heart is free. And each dirt goes away from heart, what is holding it, even clinging to life, lastly goes. I want to be somewhere, live comfortably, that also goes away. Finally, I am yours, you are mine, and pure love to give to this world and my blessing to this world will alone remain. Last what remains is love for this universe and love for God. So that you will see, when to that extent you come, you have already enshrined God in your heart. You see light of God within you. You see divine everywhere, in every beings, in every objects. So this is enshrined. This also we saw in the last class. Enshrine God in your heart and deliver lectures as much. It means it flows down. To whomever you want to give, you can give. You are filled with, you are a tank filled with water, perennial. You can go on sharing with others. How will the mere repetition of Brahma profit you if you are not imbued with it? The moment I say, I use the term Brahma, Brahman, the Brahma, the absolute existence. The moment I say impersonal, Nirguna Nirakara, the moment I say I must be filled with dispassion. We saw yesterday how the space is absolutely, gives room for everything exists, good, bad, right, wrong, good smell, bad smell, everything, fire, water, all, but absolutely unattached. It is not being stained by anything. Water cannot wet, fire cannot burn. Smell, good smell and bad smell doesn't affect it. So smooth, so nice, it is not affected by anything. That dispassion, when you acquire and attain that, you will see the things are taking a different shape. So, the moment you say Brahman or absolute existence or the Atman, we saw Atman, how we associate with it unconsciously. Atman, I am Atman, I am Atma in my spiritual existence. I superimpose my humanhood on the Brahman which is inside. I go on telling Aham Brahmasmi, Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chittani Naam. I try to separate, but I am with the same body. I know my age. How we saw how the age factor. Aham Brahmasmi, when old man says and young man says, the Aham Brahmasmi concept has already changed. I as a old man is trying to be Brahman. I as a young man I am trying to be Brahman. With all my limitations. Limitations I am superimposing on my Brahmanhood. This is undigested Vedanta. When we come, that's why we have to go through the path of surrender, self-surrender, and keep this knowledge of absolute existence, the Brahman, as the strong foundation, unshaking foundation in our spiritual life, and beautiful edifice of the bhakti. Again and remain. We need Nirguna Nirakara, the Brahman, the absolute awareness, understanding. That will be the foundation which will not make anything shake you in this world. And on that, you must have the bhakti to surrender again and again this bodily existence, ego, where do you focus your emotions otherwise? So we cannot kill. I can kill my bodily awareness. I can give up the all property and everything I can give up. But I cannot give up my feelings. My heart is there. Heart cannot be cut down. I can cut down my intelligence. I can cut down my mind. I can cut down my bodily existence even. I can give up all my possessions. But feeling is the innermost core. Bodily layer, psychic layer, deep within is my feelings, emotions. The emotional level you cannot eliminate because it is touching the self, the pure heart, the extension of heart to the physical level is feeling heart. Spiritual heart is covered by feeling heart. Till we transcend the feeling heart remains. Where will you focus the feelings, emotions if you don't have a personal God? So all feelings are fed there, and intelligence and mind creates a unshaking base for you with the impersonal absolute. So this we saw yesterday also. The moment you say, think of the absolute, the Brahma, repetition of Aham Brahmasmi will not make you Brahma. It must be associated, Aham Brahmasmi, absolute wisdom. Wisdom makes you a sage. Philosophy makes you a thinker. This is the difference. So you are imbibed now, you have converted all your knowledge into wisdom. Wisdom comes only when Viveka interferes and transforms your intelligence to transcend the nature and go beyond. So wisdom makes you separate from the ephemeral, from the transitory existence. It is passing, changing, you are transcending the changing and extending yourself into the, slowly you are projecting yourself, protruding yourself into the unchanging reality. You are stretching yourself little by little into God. So always when you say, think of or talk about Brahman or Atman, you must be filled with dispassion and discrimination. Oh, all these are passing things. I don't want any enjoyments or possessions of this world. It is there. My life is continuing by grace of God. Let me go beyond. Let me go transcend beyond. So wisdom and discrimination always go with self-understanding and Brahman understanding. It is empty sound of a conch shell. He is going to tell a story now. There lived in a village. What is this? Empty sound of conch shell. Somebody is blowing conch or conch. When somebody blows a conch, boom, it will make sound. That sound, it has only sound. There is nothing. So when water falls, it gives sound. When thunders, it gives sound. Rain falls, water is there. When you blow conch, only air comes out. So here Sri Ramakrishna is means a beautiful story he presents to us. There lived in a village a young man named Padmalochan. People used to call him Podo for short. In this village, there was a temple in a very dilapidated condition. It contained no image of God. Ashwatha and other plants sprang up on the ruins of its wall. Bats lived inside, and the floor covered with dust and droppings of the bats. The people of the village had stopped visiting the temple. One day after dusk, the villagers heard the sound of conch shell from the direction of the temple. They thought perhaps someone has installed an image in the shrine and was performing evening worship. One of them softly opened the door and saw Padmalocha standing in a corner and blowing the conch. No image had been set up. The temple had not been swept or washed, and filth and dirt everywhere. Then he shouted, that person who opened the door and saw, shouted, "O Podo, you have set up no image here within the shrine, O fool. Blowing the conch, you simply make confusion, words confounded. Day and night, 11 bats scream there incessantly." The song continues. So, there is no use in making a noise if you want to establish the deity in the shrine of your heart. Now, if you want to establish the deity in the shrine of your heart, if you want to realize God, there is no need of making. I tell the sadhakas always, be absolutely normal like others. Let the fire of renunciation, let the unbroken thought of God go within. No exposure. Nobody should know you are doing sadhana. Inside it's going on constantly, unbrokenly. Outside is one with all, doing all activities and just like others. He talks, he moves about, he does all activities, but inside he is firmly holding on to God. Don't expose. The moment you expose, it is going away, it is dissipating. The moment you separate and start living in a seclusion, you are already lost. Because the people's eyes, you may be seeing with 2 eyes, 200 eyes are watching you. Their sight, their effects, you have to bear. Their wishes. Why is this person is behaving like this? That one thought, because we don't have real longing for God. When the real longing comes, the nature protects that soul. All people complaining at this, that doesn't affect. We have not acquired that stage where I am unaware of the external people and things. I know what to eat, what not to eat, where to stay, what not to do. Everything I know. So when I am aware of the external world, I am aware of myself, then nature doesn't take care. The thoughts of others affect. Even in houses, the sadhakas, they live with all smiling and all. Inside, they are weeping for God. They are smiling and talking loudly, joyfully with all others. It's the heart is weeping. Where are you, my Lord? You kept me here and I am doing all my duties. When are you going to come? When are you going to reveal yourself to me? So many sadhakas as householders, they are doing sadhana silently, unknown to their own people. Even husband cannot understand wife, wife cannot understand husband. What is he doing within? Within, he is calling on God, silently unknown to everyone. This is the right way of doing. No external, no conscious. You have you have set up no image. Sri Ramakrishna asks, enshrine God within you, within the shrine. O fool, blowing conch, you simply make confusion worse and confounded. Day and night, 11 bats scream there incessantly. The Panchajnanendriya, Panchakarmendriya, and Manas. These are 11. The 5 organs of senses and 5 organs of action. Constantly, mind is running with all the senses. It is demanding, and these are the bats which are living, dropping the dirt in the darkness of the house. There is no light within. There is no use of, Sri Ramakrishna continues, there is no use in merely making a noise. The main thing is, Naren is there. He has to develop Naren nicely to transform this world. Give that message of Sri Ramakrishna to every heart. Once he blasts, it takes centuries to expand and occupy every heart. Naren has to do that, the blasting. He has to present, he has to, just like some plants have their seeds. When it fully dries up, it opens up. And you see these seeds scattering in every direction. Some have the seeds which have fine hairs that will carry the seed in wind. It's called dispersion of seeds, dispersing. It continues. It goes far off in the wind and falls somewhere. There another tree grows and its seeds pass on. It goes on expanding. One tree here, in 50 years, you'll see it has reached miles and miles away. The whole forest is occupied with those trees. This is what we see. So, Sri Ramakrishna is using this. There is no use in making noise if you want to establish the deity in your shrine of your heart. If you want to realize God, silently unknown to Sri Ramakrishna used to say, when the person gets up in the morning, he attends to certain things, and before others get up, he is already again sleeping in the bed, covering himself with the blanket, and inside is constantly doing japa. People are thinking how long he is sleeping, but nobody knows he is calling on God. So he doesn't want to disturb others, not draw the attention of others towards himself. First of all, purify the mind. In pure heart takes his seat. Heart and mind, body. Body given to enjoyment becomes impure. Mind of the enjoyments and desires in the mind, awareness of enjoyments and desires in the mind creates mind dirty. Heart, feeling, any attachment, any aversions, raga, dvesha in the heart contaminates heart. So when mind is pure, the unbroken thought of divine comes. He is able to perceive divine in everything. Any person he sees, oh, how nice. The darker side of any person, he is no more able to see. He becomes like a child. The innocent mind, so pure, that mind, the child's mind doesn't understand the hypocrisy of elders. It believes, whatever the elders say, believes because of the simplicity. The simplicity dawns in the mind where there is no dirt. There is no dirt. So it is so simple. It cannot understand the impurities and the other. It sees everything nicely. Like a child seeing, morning it gets up and sees a new world, new things, jumps and runs about till the night. Again it goes to sleep. Again, what has happened yesterday, it is all erased from his memories and things. Again, new world, new things, new day has begun. Like that will be the heart that is pure. If you want, the first of all, purify your mind. Mind purified will constant awareness of the divine, it supports. Mind is pure, divine thoughts, divine things appear in the mind. In pure heart, God takes seat. Heart has no attachments to anything. It's doing all duties. Again and again, when I say free from attachment, I can add this word. That you are not secluded, getting separated from anybody. You are there unattached. Like boat in the sea or ocean or in waters. Boat can be there in water. Water should not be there in the boat. Then it sinks. So we see that is floating beautifully. So this is the purity. Purity makes you, in the pure heart, God takes the seat. So you are purifying the mind so that you are able to constantly, unbroken thought of divine, you are able to, somewhere you have to, I have only mind now, which can, mind is behind the senses and organ of action. Doership and understanding, perceptions. Behind that mind is engaged. It wants to see here, there, go and listen or something. So it's busy with the mind. Now mind is retired from that. Senses are bringing the information. He is not seeking the information. Bringing the senses is seeing and bringing the information. I want to see is different. I search and see is different. And the information is coming. The difference, maximum difference you can see when you enter into internet. I want to see that. I want to see that. Nature is bringing all the knowledge as and when, as much as you need for your sustenance. So here the mind constantly dwells on God. When heart is pure, it is free from all attachments and aversions. Aversion are negative attachment. I dislike someone, I do hate someone, it is negative attraction. I am dwelling on that person. Though I hate, he is there in me and I am holding on to it. When I attached also, I am holding on to it. When I hate, I am holding on to it. When this is released, you see God enters your heart. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.